So I mentioned here, anyway, just to give you a quick thing, Basics, BASIX is a brand which holds about some 12 different entities with it, social enterprises group. Here Indian Gramin Services is an action research and development wing which largely focuses on livelihood issues, especially in terms of the rural and agriculture. So this is the evolution of Basics Agriculture Extension Services. I have taken it from 1996 to 2003. Many of you might be aware Basics as a microfinance institution, but we started with Credit Plus approach. Early attempts with Credit Plus, the plus is nothing but the technical assistance and support services. So as a task executive, I have joined Basics from campus straight away, conducting the trainings and demonstrations with the farmers, speaking to the input suppliers, everyone. That was the scenario in 1996 to 2003. Then at that time, in fact, we had even large meetings, brainstorming sessions with Angro Agriculture Research University and also state university staff, professors and all. How do we deliver the extension services at the grassroots level? Then from 2004 to 2010, that's where actually we have come out with a livelihood triad as a strategy, and agriculture should go as agriculture business development services. And thirst is also given on the financial services, insurance and other, because the risk mitigation services were very important. So at peak, actually, here we had about 500,000 crop and dairy farmers in the second phase, 2004 to 2010. And from 2011 onwards, in fact, we started looking at, this can be scaled up as a separate for-profit entity. So these things were done through the non-for-profit entity, giving extension services, sometimes free base, sometimes 50 rupees or 50% cost sharing basis. So like that, the experimentations were done, and later it was scaled up with microfinance plus training services across various value chains like groundnut, mushroom, cotton, many other crops, where we have systematically done what are the gaps in what farmer is doing and what the research institution is giving, identified the gaps and then come out with the specific solutions to the region specific. Then we have done experiments that, okay, if there are only 100 farmers who are registered for these services, can we afford to place one full-time professional? So it was not easy for us to do it, where we have taken about 5 days time or 6 days time of the veterinary professional, para-veterinary professionals. We linked with Atma and even the local veterinary doctors and all for the dairy services. Like that, in fact, we have done many experimentations. In fact, this is the history again, as I said, details about what we have done from the minimalistic credit approach to the Credit Plus approach. Largely, in fact, we focused on enhancing productivity, could mean increasing the yield or reducing the cost of cultivation. So this was a scenario happened in 2001, where we have done a study for the farmer suicides which were happening in Adilabad district at that time. There actually we could see that there is a technical gap of technical services access to the farmers one side, and whatever produce they have produced, it was not marketed properly because they were not even aware about the alternate market linkages at that point of time. So we collaborated with Research Institute Adilabad and started working on the technical solutions, IPM as a methodology with the STEM application kind of things. So we found that the small farmers were more keen in terms of cost reduction and the risk reduction, risk mitigation techniques than increasing in yields. Whenever we have recommended the high yielding varieties or hybrid varieties, sometimes the adaptations were very low. And you can see here the successful example is the STEM application, cotton crop, so which was widely accepted. And in case of dairy animals, simple practices that we have ensured is periodic deworming and vaccination. In fact, the tablets, Maharashtra, if we go to the farmer, they used to tell us, "Doodh ki goli de do." Because the dewormer tablet, once it has been given, then the worms are gone, then they have seen that the milk yield increase immediately. So kind of those kind of practices. So from lab to land, some examples with ICRISAT, we have introduced these varieties, and ARS scientists were there visiting. So we always believe that we as an organization can't have all the expertise with us. So we have to collaborate with many other agencies that we call as a collaborative polygon approach, which helps in maybe each organizational goals also can be achieved. At the end of it, it's all the farmer or the customer, because his livelihoods we are more interested in. With research technology organizations, output market suppliers, input suppliers, and all financial services. Then actually Basics has applied and tested products as per the customer needs: agriculture, livestock, enterprise development services, savings, credit, insurance, remittances, because we have actually given that the financial services, range of financial services, agriculture business development services, and institutional development services. All the three are very much required if we are looking at the sustainable livelihood promotion. Some of the collaborations. So this is from the phase 1 lessons learned, because Indian Grameen Services, which I am coming from now, depended on grants. It led to situation where tasks lagged far behind credit, because which was funded by bulk borrowings from banks. We could not provide all the services, so collaborations were must. We also found that as the services were free, many clients did not value them. So the initial years of 2001 to 2005, we have seen that, but later when we introduced that fees need to be paid by the farmer, we have seen that the accountability has built in among the staff and also farmers. Even if I pay 100 rupees, madam, you are, this person has not come in here. So there were complaints coming in, and we have conducted every year annual customer satisfaction surveys, and how they have come to know that there is a service provided, whether the productivity has increased, how they got benefited, and given the choice whether they would love to increase or decrease the fees that they are paying. So those kind of things that we have done, and we have incorporated those things as a design part in improving the services as well. Some of the examples. So from free to the fee based services, where we more focus on the productivity enhancement, risk mitigation, local value addition, alternate market linkages, and also the diversification. Alternate market linkages, like I'll take example of Adilabad again. For the cotton marketing, in fact we had made farmers to go to super spinning mills in Coimbatore and speak to them for supplying the cotton from here. That initial talks have made ripples in the local community, and the traders started paying more extra money to the farmers. So ultimately we could see that there is a change which is happening there. And diversification, like farmers who are already doing or some space if they have, we introduced mushroom in Odisha, we introduced backyard poultry in few areas, like that, the diversification. So these are kind of the productized things. Crop service products, as I said, like from the generic things we have productized the services into productivity enhancement, which include the soil, from soil testing onwards, how do we recommend, then the seed identification, seed testing, other things, of course the risk mitigation, again integrated pest management, seed treatment. Then on market linkages, information of market prices, in fact ICT enabled tools which were very important. Even the recent experience where RMIL has given the services, market prices information to the farmers, where we were setting up the procurement centers. Once they have given my number, unfortunately, but I got at least 25 calls in one single day. I felt I was so happy that people want this information, and which is very, very important for them. Basic information on the market prices largely. Facilitating the output linkages. Then similar thing for the livestock product, series of again the services under these 4 elements: productivity enhancement, risk mitigation, local value addition, and alternate market linkages. Here I must share with you one example of productivity enhancement, where we have initiated the Azolla promotion largely. Farmers have told us that there is an increase in the productivity and also increase in the fat content when we have taken it to the small farmers. And in terms of the alternate market linkages, we used to work with the AP Dairy Development Federation largely, and I have seen areas where the manager used to come only to pay check, so that the farmers can repay the bank loan, where we have initiated the bank linkages there. And I have also seen that the farmers complaining that we have not received money because APDDCF was a monopoly here, especially in Mahbubnagar district, which is a drought district. When Reliance has come out that we wanted to do the route mapping and all, we helped them in the first initial pilot setting up, as our mandate was, if some infrastructure is coming, if alternate market linkage is coming, the whole community will get benefited. And fortunately about 18 bulk milk coolers they have set up out of 29 that they have started in the first phase. I can say that it was a very good achievement, and where we linked to the one of the banks to lend to the farmer group. And now actually there are about at least 6 private dairies which have come up in Mahbubnagar. But about 5 years back when we were doing the route planning like this, about 60 of us, 30 people from Reliance and 30 people from Basics, when we were doing this design workshop, they said we are not interested in Mahbubnagar because there was no milk and there was no any player over there. But now actually the whole market scenario has changed. AgBDS has reached nearly 500,000 farmers there. So what were the lessons learned here? Credit availability from the same source was a major attraction, because microfinance plus services, these were all agriculture business development services. We were charging a fee about 300 rupees per farmer per annum to provide these services. At times people used to also say that, madam mere khet mein nahi aaya hai aapka service provider. When we say that you have not paid the money, AgBDS fees, hence our service provider is not visiting, some of them have gone back to the their husbands, and then they paid the fees, took them to their field, one side. But on the other side it has become as a more demand driven, because credit is needed everywhere. So it has become a driver. That was our learning. And it was not possible to provide AgBDS services for a large number of crops, because everyone wanted my farm to be visited. At least 2 times farm visit, though we have mentioned it, it was very difficult to manage the farms by one single service provider. So one service provider, initially we gave 150 farmers, 200 farmers. When there was grant support available, it was good, but when we were making it into at least a sustainable model, not necessarily to make profit, at 400 farmers or 500 farmers, one service provider to give the service, one person to visit all these 500 farms 5 times in a crop season was not possible. So we mentioned at least one farm they will visit, or out of 15 farmers you select one farm where he will visit, and then we use the farm field school methodology as extension there. Markets for inputs and outputs were not favorable to small farmers, where we could arrange some collaborations with input suppliers or produce buyers. We were able to make some improvement, but this was not always possible. They were all local context specific things. So this is again SRI practice which we have done here, and it has been again taken up by Telangana government, now Telangana, but at that time AP government also. With first initially we did with NABARD support, where our field functionaries have run the weeder, and they said there need to be change in the angle of the weed, and also the blade, instead of W shape it should be a V shape and then W shape. So those kind of innovations we have brought in. So the model improvements, as I mentioned, that with the setback of Basics microcredit work after the Andhra Pradesh crisis, we separated Agri Extension Services as a separate new company, but there were few takers for extension without credit. Largely it was driven by credit. We found it hard to get 300 to 400 farmers willing to pay the fees, because it was built on the fee based model, private Agri Extension, within the cluster of 10 to 15 kilometers. increasing the area made the service quality suffer. As the we increase the area, one service provider addressing so many people, it was very difficult. So even the cost of the field staff could not be met from the fees. So it was has to be cross subsidized. To reduce the delivery cost and provide much needed service, we began aggregating the farmers in high density clusters for bulk point input purchase, common advisory services and collective sale of produce. Credit was offered on behalf of banks, not as MFI. So we became initially, because of the RBI policy change, Section 25 companies were only allowed to do the business correspondence. So Indian Grameen Services became the first business correspondent with Axis Bank, where we use the technology and all the fingerprint mechanism, where they can do the savings and also can withdraw the money directly. It was hitting to the core banking system of the bank. Later on, we also helped the banks to build their own credit portfolio, asset portfolio and insurance services. In fact, I was heading that division of the business correspondent last year. Over the period of 3 years, I can say, to one Ratnakar Bank, which is a commercial bank, scheduled bank, where we have built a portfolio of about 500 crores, making at least 500,000 customers access banking services. Yeah. Then we also brought the IT solutions. Now actually we are still in the process of making it good. Crop services were expanded to cover the full cycle. Of course, you can see the soil testing. Soil testing reports we are not getting, though we have submitted to the soil test labs. Then we found that the portable kits were very useful, where farmer can at least see the range. Of course, there are debates whether this system is correct or that system is correct. But I see that whatever the farmer could able to see and bring in the change, it was good. At least 70% to 80% accuracy level, it was good. Dairy services, marketing tools adopted, different kind of things that we have taken up. Of course, this is on the way, ICT enabled systems, now mobile application using web portal, other things. Then has come in the farmer producer organizations, which is a new concept in the last 4 or 5 years time. Farmer producer organizations can be associations, cooperatives or producer companies, but largely the producer companies is the new accepted legal framework. So they are engaged in all these things, like whatever we think as an extension service provider should do, now all these things have come up with the farmer producer companies, like bulk purchase of seed, fertilizer, chemicals, then extension services, credit, collective marketing and all. In fact, the last things is, these FPOs usually have a share capital of 1 million, that's about 10 lakh, 1,000 rupees each farmer will put in as equity share. So this is actually agri-entrepreneur model, where farmer is putting the equity for the first time, that he is putting his own money and then seeing that whether my company works or not. And if few of you here, if you want to see, there is within 100 kilometer radius there is a producer company in Keshampet Mandal, which has got about, last year we formed share capital of about 5,50,000 by 382 farmers they have already got, and input store they just started. They have plans, like it's just started here, and definitely they need a working funds of 3 to 6 million. Once they have this, they can access again bank loan or other things to cater to the credit needs. So Basics as a group is working with 250 locations, 250,000 farmers in 21 states of India. It has organized farmer producer organizations in these locations with membership of over 800 to 1200. Especially in northeastern states, it is much lesser, because with 500, 700 also there are FPOs due to the difficulties in terrain, and also even in Goa. Mostly small farmers, Basics Krishi acts as a service company to these FPOs. So this is one of the story of FPO in Rajasthan, Ajay Meru Producer Company in Ajmer district, where the MSP procurement has been taken up by the producer company with the support funding from SFAC. Ajay Meru procured about 3,242 metric tons of Bengal gram. In fact, Moong and Bengal both they have done at that time, from 975 farmers. In fact, you know, the average additional benefit to each of the farmer who sold their produce, you can see 400 rupees per quintal. Because market price was somewhere around 4,200, they were getting only some 3,400 like that. In fact, huge variation was there, but over a period again the markets got stabilized. In compensation of the services rendered, SFPC paid 1% as a service fee to the producer company, because the producer company has done the procurement. So that in a way helped the producer company to, you know, hire resources and manage it, the procurement. Yeah, this is the last, almost. Yeah. So evolution of FPOs and role of basics, aggregating farmers is very helpful, both for reducing the cost of service delivery and for building their enterprises, such as for input supply, warehousing and agro processing. So in the early years, you know, basics formed a few FPOs in Maharashtra. That was again 2008 onwards, where the again in Vidarbha so many farmer associates were happening. We started as a agrarian action research project for agrarian sustainability, AgriSer, where we formed the farmers into farmer interest groups and also helped in getting some of the agro processing things like dal mill, some place turmeric processing unit, in some place they have taken up a dairy unit, especially in Wardha, Yavatmal and Akola, Amravati districts. These are the areas. But later actually, you know, as I mentioned, Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium has taken it into a big way. You know, it is a leap in the country, farmer producer companies. But you know, our learning shows that FPOs require building capital and capability and will have to be done step by step over 3 to 7 years. As shown in the slides, actually, you know, yeah. So they need input sales, credit facilitation, output marketing, processing. This is one example of the business module of FPO. So what are the capabilities? In fact, you know, Vijay Mahajan has put it very nicely in the soil report, recent soil report. These are the slides taken up from his research paper. Initial organizing, then the lead farmers identified, training them, capacity building support to the lead farmers, then mass members mobilization, awareness building of the members about FPO, what is FPO, what is their roles and all, then FPO board members, election of the FPO board members, then training the board, basically the good governance and also the management aspects, as we see that the farmers are going to manage it. Then comes board members learn these businesses, you know, how to run these business enterprises. Then the next step goes training the board in the processing business. Once they understand at least the trade business, then the next level is the processing. Then board members learn processing business, then training members in the holding the board accountable for. You know, initially it all says that everybody says, okay, we are responsible for it, but you know, the role differentiation starts once they start doing the activities in the FPO. And this is how the FPOs can build the capital in 10 steps, as mentioned by Vijay Mahajan again. Initial grant support was given, as I mentioned, with SFPC support we have done in 16 states, whereas in Uttar Pradesh it was Uttar Pradesh Bhumi Sudhar Nigam, and in Maharashtra it was with MACP initiative. So initial grants were given for formation of the FPOs, then the farmer puts in equity, capacity building support grants to the FPOs, initial for some years as a management capital. Then equity top up support, which is called as a equity grant support right now, which has been housed in SFAC. Then comes to the working capital loan from the social investors. Then trading profits from input sales, then working capital from commercial banks. Now many banks are coming forward that we wanted to lend, but if you look at FPOs, they are not ready to take capital. You know, they ask for only, we need about 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs per rotation initially for the agri inputs, whereas the bank says this is very small, you know, thing. So the market is evolving now. You know, few FPOs in Madhya Pradesh who have done the seed business, seed processing and seed multiplication, they are able to access about 1 crore rupees, but otherwise largely about 15 lakhs is the average loan size to the FPOs. Then they can go ahead with the, you know, the term loans for processing plants, could be the warehouse or could be even the processing unit, dal processing unit, other things. Then profits from value added output. So from 1 million equity, so they can go to the 100 million scenario. So these are the two very important aspects, because the credit capital building is needed and also the capability building. So I think this I can skip this. That's it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Any specific questions before we go to the next presentation?
Specific bank has come up. Specific bank for this small credit. That will be launched very
NAB Kisan, see, NABARD has actually started one initiative as a NAB Kisan, which more focuses on the agriculture based lending, not necessarily to only FPOs. Right now there is equity grant fund is sitting in SFAC, and also venture capital funds are also sitting with SFAC. We developed the concept for the Raitu Bank, but it has not yet taken shape.
It has been inaugurated already.
NAB Kisan, you are saying?
Recently it is inaugurated.
Mudra Bank, you are saying? Mudra Bank is different.
Mudra is different.
Yeah, this is NAB, as far as I know, it is NAB Kisan Financial Services.
So then about the Maharashtra suicide areas we have covered.
Yeah.
So that credit part, whether it is helping those farmers who are.
Yes. So our experience shows that it has helped. In fact, we designed different products. We started counseling the farmers onwards, and then formed them their groups, build their capacities. Then there were weather insurance, other risk mitigation services also were planned. It's okay.
Last.
So, farm producer organization, do you have any capacity building, say, note or something?
What do you want kind of thing?
Yeah. So in fact, we have one of the organization within Basics Group, which is Institute for Livelihood and Research and Training. They were a support institution as a resource institution to SFAC, developed modules on mobilization, first part, how to form the FPO and all. Then the second, again, the good governance and all. There are about 5 different modules developed. No, it is not available. You can see, yeah. And in fact, we have developed a customized module in UP with Uttar Pradesh Bhumi Sudhar Nigam. When we started closing the project by promoting farmer producer organization as an exit strategy, wherein in Hindi we have developed for sensitizing the staff of UPBSN staff initially, and then the farmers and all. Yeah, it's there.
But I think we will get a copy. I think we'll try to get a copy, and if you're developing a kind of group, we can always put those kind of things. Okay. That's a lot of interesting things, but I don't want to.
Many questions I don't.
Yes, but I don't want to get into it.
You can